Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa says his message to US President Donald Trump would be that it's bad politics to talk badly about Africa, where humanity began. He is leaving the World Economic Forum in Davos today ahead of Trump's address to delegates. Ramaphosa says South Africa's reception at Davos shows the country is experiencing a great moment. The SABC's Francis Hurd wraps up his visit.
Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa has been something of a darling at Davos. The South African business delegates here say that his mere presence has opened up multiple doors. He's been meeting with the IMF and African heads of state, and he held a press conference with other ministers telling the world that South Africa has changed. At a dinner on Wednesday night hosted by Team SA, he charmed, complimented and mingled with guests. And as he has been throughout this Davos trip, he was open and frank, picking up on the Davos theme of a fractured world.
The first thing that I think all of us as South Africans have acknowledged is that we are living in a country which has a fractured past, a currently fractured present, and therefore it calls on all of us to do something about this. And this is what the World Economic Forum endears us to do, that everyone who's participating here must realize that in order to solve the problems that a country has or institution has, you've got to come out with a concept of a shared future.
Ramaphosa has, however, been very careful, and he sidestepped questions here about what South Africa will do about the two centres of power, with President Jacob Zuma, despite a lot of speculation, still in his position.
This interregnum, this period, needs to be managed with care, delicately, because it is transitional, and anything can happen in a transitional period. But we need to have really good management capabilities. And I have said that that's exactly what we should do, manage it very carefully and with due regard to the interests of South Africans. And we have to ask ourselves, what are the interests of South Africans? Do we want to forge division? No. The ANC conference decided that we're going to focus on two things: renewal and unity.
Ramaphosa won't hear US President Donald Trump speaking to delegates on Friday, saying with a big smile on his face that he has lots of work to do back home.
Unfortunately, I'll miss the American show as it arrives in town here, and I wish him the best of luck. But I also say that I hope and wish that when he addresses the forum, he puts forward a very positive message which will infuse growth in the world economy.
And his message to Trump would be?
I would say, you know, Africa is a great place. It is the birth of humanity. And all those negative things that any leader would say about his own origins, the origins of humanity, are really bad. Politics, they are also bad at a social level. And I would say desist from having those negative views about other countries.
Has now jetted off, saying that he will walk the talk here at Davos when he gets back home. Francis Hurd reporting from Davos, Switzerland.